From somewhere beneath the dust, his mind drew forth the particulars of the case. Mrs. O'Donnell, is it?
Hazel,
she nodded.
And you must be Detective Hartley.
Call me Jamie, he said, taking again the hand that had helped him up. I hope you haven't been waiting too long. He glanced around. The front door of the police station was closed, no signs of life visible through the barred windows.
Oh, only half an hour or so. The local lawmen had some pressing business to attend to, it seems, but kindly allowed me to loiter out here.
Hartley followed the young woman's pointed gaze across the street to a building that quite plainly housed a pub, feeling himself inflate slightly with indignation. Not content with having him dragged out to the middle of nowhere for what would almost certainly prove to be a dull jape or simple misunderstanding, the Kojonup police now appeared determined to tarnish with their provincial work ethic the reputation of all those who wore the uniform.
Now, really,
he spluttered. Then, finding further words and the desire to take any tangible action equally elusive, he added,
Really, now.
This might have gone on for some time, had Hazel not taken it upon herself to interject.
Shall I show you out to Tolhurst?
She offered, to the detective's great relief.
Only if you have room in your auto, of course. I imagine you'll be wanting to take a look around before it gets dark.
Not a bad idea, said Hartley. He turned back towards the car, shifting his weight so as to discreetly stretch still aching calves. How far is it, would you say?
Just a few miles. Not much more than 20 minutes, certainly.
Though he didn't know it, not much more than 20 minutes was also the amount of time that remained to Hartley before his nascent career would sustain its first fatality. A white milk can letterbox marked the beginning of the driveway, which curved through wheat fields and past windmills for more than half a mile before reaching the house and its attendant buildings. From behind the rusting gate, only one corner of the main dwelling could be seen, peeking out around a row of pines. Leaving the engine running, Hartley went to help his guide with the gate.
This is usually locked in the evenings, is it?
He asked, eyeing the sturdy padlock and chain.
Every night, said Hazel, and the one on the side road, too.
I see. The detective struggled to keep his voice steady against the weight of the iron frame as he pulled it wide. And were both gates closed on each occasion that, well, each time...
The spectre paid us a visit?
There was a hint of challenge in the young woman's voice, as though she were daring the newcomer to doubt her. I suppose so, yes. The encounters, as it were. Hartley let the gate fall wide of the driveway, tossing his head a little in what might have been a bid to shake off scepticism or an attempt to suppress a shudder. The detective himself would have been hard-pressed to say which. He was sure of one thing, though. The bucolic scene before him was almost impossible to reconcile with the dark business that had called him so far from the city. The wheat was nearly ready for harvest, green and shifting slightly in the breeze. Rows of towering lemon-scented gums bordered the road, while smaller conifers helped to demarcate the paddocks, several of which played host to grazing flocks of sheep. The very image of Antipodean Arcadia, especially with the golden light of the spring afternoon ripening towards evening. The idea of cloaked figures creeping through the darkness in a place like this seemed absurd.
You were the first to see it, weren't you? The first, but not the last, said Hazel. She spoke in an automatic, offhand way, gazing out towards the house. A distant form in the garden raised a tiny hand in acknowledgement, and Hazel responded in kind, though her face remained hard. It was 3 weeks ago, she went on. Plenty of others have seen it since then. The local police laughed it off at first, but after the third or fourth testimonial, they were forced to take note.
Hartley had read the statements. Though they came from various members of the O'Donnell family and sundry associates, they never differed in the key details.